A lone seal lay basking near the icy shoreline, unaware that death had already chosen its path. Behind it, a silent predator crept closer, a mother polar bear, hungry and focused, ready to strike. In a flash, she lunged, sinking her powerful jaws into the seal's tail. It thrashed wildly, but it was too late. The bear dragged it ashore, gripped its neck tightly, and ended its struggle. For the bear family, this was more than just food, it was survival. Her 2 cubs, now 8 months old, had begun eating meat. And today's meal would keep them alive just a bit longer in this harsh, frozen world. Winter was hunting season, the only time when polar bears could feast before the long months of hunger returned. While most polar bears patrolled the icy coasts, hunting seals on the edges of the ice, one young female made a strange choice. She turned inland. Something in the air, a scent, called to her. Step by step, she climbed higher into the snow-blanketed mountains, her massive paws sinking into the deep powder. The temperature was -20°C, but she didn't flinch. Her double-layered fur and thick skin were nature's perfect armor against the cold. But no fur could fight the ache in her stomach. She kept moving. The mountain valley stretched endlessly in all directions, but not a single prey was in sight. Hunger gnawed at her belly, but hope drove her forward. After hours of relentless walking, she finally saw it, movement on the horizon. A small herd of Svalbard reindeer grazed quietly, heads down, nibbling on the scarce lichen beneath the snow. They weren't used to seeing polar bears in the mountains and seemed more curious than alarmed. Bad idea. The bear surged forward, targeting one of the reindeer. But reindeer are built for speed, and the startled herd bolted like wind. Though polar bears are not natural sprinters, this female chased with everything she had. But the hunt was over before it even began. The reindeer outran her easily. Frustrated and exhausted, she had not only lost her meal, but also exposed herself. The herd now knew her scent, her presence. Her chances of hunting again in this range were almost gone. But she refused to give up. She pushed deeper into the mountains, into a place where few creatures dared to tread. Just when it seemed like the journey was hopeless, she spotted them again, the same herd, perhaps unaware of her return. She charged. This time, the reindeer split into 2 groups. She instinctively chased the pair running downhill. The snow here was deeper, slowing the reindeer down. The chase was brutal. Step by step, predator and prey battled fatigue. When the reindeer split, she chose one, the slower, more vulnerable one. Now the tables turned. She gained ground. The snow that once slowed her now helped. The reindeer carved a trail she could follow. And finally, with a burst of strength, she caught it. Victory. It had taken everything she had: strength, willpower, and persistence. But now, she had her reward. In the cold silence of the wilderness, she dined alone, a queen of snow and survival. As spring thawed the ice, the world changed. Most of the sea had melted, and now polar bears began the impossible task of hunting through melting ice patches and rocky shores. The polar bear mother, now with her 2 cubs again, wandered to the beach, searching for food. The cubs were starving. They needed something, anything, to eat. On the shore lay the remains of a whale carcass, long since picked clean. But desperate times know no dignity. Other bears had already claimed the scraps, gnawing on bones and rotten blubber. Polar bears don't like sharing. Any newcomer faced growls and warning swipes. The mother and her cubs approached, cautiously. The bigger bears barely tolerated them. What scraps remained were old, rotten, barely chewable. But for the cubs, even the stink of decay was better than hunger. This was survival. The family could not stay. The mother, unable to join the feeding frenzy, had to take her cubs and walk away, again. The risk of starvation grew with every step.